Hello everyone, this is week 14. This week we will be focusing on interventions. We are almost at the end of the semester, so just hang in there, just a couple of weeks more and we are done. So what to do this week? So catch up on all your readings. The Foundations of Low Vision, we have chapter 13, 14, instructions of literacy skills and low vision devices, how to teach a student to use a low vision device to access general education curriculum. So these are chapters that are very related to interventions. Read those, and then we will skim on the chapter on adults for rehabilitation services. Just skim through so you kind of have an idea as to what happens, how is it different for adults when compared to children K to 12. And then revisit LUEC chapter 3, the PDF is attached, especially the low vision devices portion, because that's what you kind of want to, at the end of your FEA, you will come up with some device, low vision device that is useful for your students. So go through that. And then we've attached some additional resources this week. So Texas School for the Blind we have a link that has accommodations. So this is a great resource because when you're writing FEA report, you want to make sure your accommodations are very clear and totally reflect what you assess. So this is a great page to visit. And then we also attach like two tables here, kind of comparing visual acuity with font size and things like that. These are very useful because when you get a near acuity number of say 2400, what do you do with that number? You want to make sure you convert that to a font point size, right? So when you go to an IEP meeting after you, for evaluation meeting, after you conduct your evaluation, you need to summarize your evaluation to your to the parents and the entire team. And one of the most common questions is what size of print does the student see? These tables will kind of give you an idea for that. So it's a great resource to keep it, bookmark it, and because you will use it. And these can be used in conjunction with your near and distance charts. And so this week we got a couple of emails on how people do not have access to near and distance charts. And these charts are quite expensive. So if you're working with the TVIs are bound to have this, so you can borrow this from them. But if in case you are all alone and you're not working with anybody in the district and you just don't have access to any of this, we just gave you like a downloadable, I don't know how to pronounce that, it's Ager charts or Jaeger, I don't know, but these are near vision acuity cards that you can use it for near vision. Make sure you read the instructions if you're using these cards. At what distance are you going to be showing these cards, and what is the how do you interpret the results? So it's a free one, and then there is a link to something called Smart Optometry app. It has those e-charts, it has color vision testing. It's a great app, it's free. Again, these are not definitive. It's not as accurate as a Lee symbols chart. So highly recommend you would use a Lee symbols chart once you are in the profession. But this is just if you do not have access to any of those symbols chart. These are great substitutions. So, and it's free. So we have links for that in this week's resource. And then there is a Perkins webinar on learning media assessments. We've told this before. So learning media assessment, we will not be doing learning media assessment, but when you are in the profession, the report that you write will combine everything. Will combine the FEA, the LMA, learning media assessment, then the assistive technology if you do any kind of assessment, the orientation mobility, at least our district, we could make it all in one report so the parents have access to like just see one report with all vision related concerns. So, but it's good to see the webinar and have an idea, because you will be going through this in assessment scores, which is EDSC 549. But it's always good to have an idea. So just go through the webinar. It's a great webinar. And then again, this is just for your information. We have a document that helps you create your own low vision simulators. This is a great tool for in-services. So for cataract, how does a cataract look? In order to make a sighted person understand what the child sees, this is a great resource. If you're handy enough, you can make some of these simulators and use it in classes and with teens. And then, as I said before, interventions, you will need to understand the basics here. You will be going through that in EDSC 549. And the reason we are going through this in the FVA, you will write educational implications, which will include all the accommodations, the needs of the student, because that's the purpose of an FEA. So you do an FEA, but you will need to understand what are the educational implications of those assessments that you did. So, so there, like accommodations are something that you provide. So you provide a CCTV, a monocular for distance. So these are things that you provide, and needs are the student needs to access the spelling test using the distant camera of a portable magnifier. Those these are needs. So make sure you include all of those as implications. So the needs will include whatever the writing tools that needs access to those writing tools and things like that. So make sure you understand those, and because you will be writing that in the FEA report. And activities, yes, you need to be working on your final assignment, because it is a lot of points. So, and so we would really like you to, you should have started by now, or many of you have already assessed. So make sure you write your report. It has to be comprehensive. And we don't want you to be doing it in the last minute and be stressed about it. So please continue working on your final assignment. And there is discussion post this week. There is a case study, so post to discussion, and that's about it. And happy Thanksgiving. Bye-bye.